Tom G. Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Tom Angel Ripper, and Matt Flammable. Who? Well, we're talking about stage names on Heavy Metal Relics. Stage names, they all have different stories. I'm Reaper. And where the hell is Bridget? Well, she couldn't make it today. So Hulk Hogan and I are going to take over the camera, and we're going to run the show, and we're going to talk about stage names. How do you feel about that,
brother?
Matt Flammable here, who definitely, I mean, this is Hulk. If you're watching, man, you're like, Hogan's here, man. You're playing in Destructor. Now, did it come about when you came into Destructor, or has this been a name that's started with your musical career as a drummer?
Well, it started when I was a baby.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was born into fire. The hospital caught on fire when I was being born. So then they carted us out, and then on the way home, the car caught on fire. So, I mean, I couldn't win. Even when I got in the house, they put me in the crib and stuff, and I think my dad fell asleep smoking cigarettes and caught the crib on fire. Oh. I mean, it's just fire has been everywhere.
It's been rough.
Yeah, man.
That's how you get your thunderous persona to then take it behind the kit and just have the thunder.
And catch on fire.
Yeah, catch on fire. Now, do you do like a fire gag? Have you tried that?
I never tried that. It's soak it in gas and then stuff it in your mouth?
Yeah, especially orally. Yeah.
And then like...
Yeah. You should be pretty good with oral.
Oral gag.
Oral gags,
Oral
yes.
Gag, yeah. I almost caught the house on fire. I used to play with fire in the house too, man. It was like, terrible.
Your dad beat you over the head with a drumstick?
Yeah, it was on fire too.
Oh, really? A flaming
you
drumstick?
light it up, and then, like the swords in Vikings, Game of Thrones, the ones that kill the walkers. That's what he used it. He was just like it was going to kill me, It's a lit drumstick.
It was truly a riot with some fire down under.
That's right.
Yes. Ooh. Well, then, so as you're going
that was
through
from
time,
Taco Bell.
Yeah. So as you're rolling through time, we're progressing from a young Matt Flammable now to the teenage Matt Flammable.
To the teenage Matt
How did
Flammable.
you keep this persona of flaming?
Well...
how have you maintained
the crazy world
flavor?
of Arthur Brown kept me going, because he wrote that song, I Am the God of Hellfire, and I really loved that song. And
yeah.
Fuck yeah, fire, man, fire!
When you go to the gas station, people don't often appreciate the term flammable. They just think like, that's common English. Of course we all know what flammable is. But they wouldn't have known flammable if it wasn't for you.
No, my grandfather.
Well, your grandfather,
if it wasn't for my grandfather,
the Flammables.
Yeah, he was. He died a mysterious death.
Really?
Trying to get the word flammable out there and what it really meant. As far as things catching on fire and volatile gases. Yeah, so I mean, then they started putting all these signs on everything, the gas trucks and chemical plants and everything flammable.
Well, that's what happened, right? Someone was smoking a cigarette. So your grandfather, he was smoking a cigarette, and it got smoky, and then the ashes hit some gas, and that's where the term flammable became from.
Right.
And that's why it's commonly on gasoline. That's why we see, like, if you think about, there's a lot of gases in the world that are very flammable, very, very dangerous around, hot
They're
things.
Volatile.
And they can ignite.
Yes.
But gasoline particularly is always labeled flammable because of your grandfather and that smoking incident.
That is correct, yes.
Right. What was he smoking? Well, I have recently had the privilege to sit in on a Destructor rehearsal.
Yes,
and one of the things that I have to know and give you props for, I've worked with a lot of drummers, and everyone always seems to be very conscientious about their double bass. But you, especially just years later, you're just thundering, man. It's thunderous, it's chaotic, it's flammable. It's on fire.
Yeah. I play with a lot of anger.
Yeah.
I get really, really angry at a lot of things, and I bring that anger to the drum set. And when I'm playing, I get really hot-headed, and my head catches on fire sometimes when I'm playing. It's just almost spontaneously.
Really?
Yeah, and it gets even worse when I play out live. My drum set catches on fire sometimes even.
This is a lifetime of ancestry that really ties into the term flammable. I mean, it spawned a word in the English language, for crying out loud. One that we take for granted.
Right.
Like, are you insulted when someone considered, like, they see Dave Overkill and then, Pat Rabbit, when they look at it as a Destructor record, like, they think you're just following suit, like you got some cheesy...
The depth
some
of
cheesy...
the meaning of it, yeah, because it's truly a family heritage here.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. We had a family shield, it was, a lot of fire on it.
Really?
Yeah, it went up. Boom. Everything, a lot of the stuff that we've had, that are part of our heritage have gone up in flames, man.
So here on Heavy Metal Relics, we really like to get out, metal relics and really kind of sink our teeth into them, think about funny photos, and just be a nerdish collector. But what we don't always do is kind of roll out some items non-metal related that I think in this situation, especially talking about stage names, or in this purpose, really drive home the point of someone retaining their surname and what it means to their family tree. I want to bring out some items, Matt, and I want you to tell me how you feel. Are you ready for this?
With my hands.
First up, this is a very damp towel. How do you feel with this in your presence?
Kind of gives me goosebumps.
Gives you goosebumps?
Yeah, it makes me feel a little uneasy. You gonna drink that water?
Some purified water with minerals added for taste.
Now I feel threatened, dude.
You feel threatened?
I feel very threatened.
Why is that? Is it because the water bottle is too much of a serving? Should I drink it a little bit more?
It cools me off, man.
Well, what is this making you feel?
Hey! Dude, okay. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get out of here if you keep doing this kind of stuff.
It's refreshing though, man. Would you like this?
No.
Okay. Water. Well, I'm sorry to put that water in front of you. Now, this might really get you going. It gets a little dangerous. A fire extinguisher. Have you ever shot a load out of a fire extinguisher before? It's a really good feeling.
I'm not feeling too bad about this, as long as that pin stays in the hand.
Matt, it's just like this white substance that comes out and puts out flames. I've never actually.
If it wasn't a fire extinguisher you're talking about,
yes.
I'd be glad.
What do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know.
I'm a volunteer firefighter, and when you're around water and you're using one of these, it really makes this gooey white substance that's very tacky. So the last thing I have for you here, this may make you feel the most unsettled of all. Are you ready for this?
I sure am.
Well, this is a heavy metal relic in and of itself, as it was a gift from the band Antichrist from Sweden. A fine liqueur that I cannot pronounce.
Let me see that.
Matt, hold on, I didn't even get this. Oh, you might want to be careful. Like that's very highly alcoholic. It's 40%. Feeling good?
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Okay. Most drummers need a lot of water, and that was looking very offensive for you.
This will help me ignite.
Yes?
Absolutely, yeah. This is the real deal.
Really?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is wow. I mean, how are you
Sounds
not
amazing, though. I know. It really.
It really is, because I mean, and it's truly, and that's kind of the point of this video is like, you were really overlooked then, because I mean, this is so surreal. It seems like bullshit.
I know. It sounds amazing, doesn't it? It's even funny at sometimes.
That's it for Heavy Metal Relics.
Wait, I have one thing to say, man. I appreciate everything that you guys have done for the metal community. You and Bridget.
Oh.
I love it. It takes a lot of time and effort. People get headaches and stuff, and God bless them.
Or God damn them. Let's get a selfie. This is flaming.